In a world full of stress and noise, peace can feel impossible to find. But the Buddha left us 7 timeless principles, simple truths that calm the mind and open the here.
These teachings aren't ancient history. They're a guide for you, here and now.
Stay with us and discover how these 7 principles can turn anxiety into peace and confusion into clarity.
The Buddha did not promise us a life without storms. He offered a way to remain calm within them.
Today, my son, we will walk through the 7 principles that can transform suffering into peace.
The first principle is right view. It is seeing life as it is, not as the mind wishes it to be.
Suffering begins when perception is clouded by desire and fear.
Right view is clarity, a mirror that reflects truth without distortion. When you see reality clearly, compassion naturally follows.
To live with right view, one must understand impermanence. Everything changes.
Joy, sorrow, success, failure. When you see this, you stop clinging.
If everything is impermanent, how can we trust anything at all? You cannot control the river, but you can learn to float upon it. Trust arises not from holding, but from flowing.
The second principle is right intention. Thought shapes destiny.
What you intend, even silently, directs the path of your life.
When your intention is rooted in goodwill and non-harming, your actions naturally bring peace.
The transcription is, when intention grows from greed or hatred, the heart contracts. Purest intention is to live in harmony with all beings, to wish for their happiness as your own.
Master, how can I keep pure intentions when others hurt me?
When others hurt you, they reveal their own suffering. Respond with compassion, not defense. In doing so, you remain free.
The third principle is right speech. Words are like arrows. Once released, they cannot return.
Speak only what heals, not what harms.
Right speech means honesty, kindness, and silence when words would wound. In speech, you can create peace or destroy it.
The Buddha said, "Speak only if your words are more beautiful than silence."
Each word carries energy. Choose the ones that bring light. Master, sometimes truth itself hurts. Should we remain silent then?
Truth spoken with compassion heals. Truth spoken with pride wounds.
The fourth principle is right action. It means acting in harmony with your conscience, doing what does not harm yourself or others.
Every step, every gesture, every meal can be an act of peace.
When you move with awareness, your life becomes prayer in motion.
Right action is not only about what we do, but why we do it. Even simple labor becomes sacred when done with mindfulness.
Master, how do I know if my actions are truly right?
Ask 3 questions. Does it bring peace to my heart? Does it bring harm to none? Does it serve love rather than hate?
The fifth principle is right livelihood. It teaches us to earn and live without exploiting others or the earth.
Whatever work you do, let it reflect compassion. A peaceful mind cannot grow from work that harms. True livelihood nourishes both you and others. It is not measured by wealth, but by the peace it leaves in your heart. Now we arrive at right effort, the discipline of guarding the mind. It is not about forcing. It is about nourishing what is good, and letting go of what causes harm. Right effort has 4 wings: prevent unwholesome states, abandon those that arise, cultivate the wholesome and maintain them. Like tending a fire, you feed what gives light and clear away the smoke. Effort in the way is steady, not strained. The Buddha said, just as a lute string too tight will snap and too loose will not play, so must effort be balanced. In work, meditation, or love, this balance is life itself. The wise act without burning out. They rest within their action.
Master, how can I know when my effort is right?
When you feel tension, loosen. When you feel laziness, awaken. The body is the first teacher of balance.
The 6th principle is right mindfulness. It is the art of being truly here.
To be mindful is to wake from the dream of distraction. The mind rushes to the past and the future. Mindfulness brings it home.
Observe without judgment. Feel the breath rise and fall.
Master, my mind never stops moving. How can I stay present?
The mind's nature is motion.
Mindfulness is not stopping it, the hint. It's seeing its dance with clarity.
Each step can be meditation. Each breath can be prayer. Awareness turns ordinary life into sacred ground.
Right mindfulness opens the gate to right concentration. When the mind becomes still like deep water, it reflects truth clearly.
Concentration is not force, it is unity. All fragments of attention gather like rivers meeting the sea.
When you rest in one-pointed awareness, you discover spaciousness.
Concentration births insight. It is the silence in which wisdom speaks.
Master, is concentration the same as meditation?
Meditation is the journey. Concentration is the still lake it leads to.
When the lake of mind becomes still, the moon of truth appears. You cannot see it while stirring the waters.
Each of the 7 principles supports the others: view, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, concentration.
Together, they are the path to freedom.
Freedom is not escape, it is awakening. When craving and aversion fade, peace arises naturally. Master, can anyone truly live by all 7 principles? No one walks the path perfectly, only sincerely. Each day is a new beginning.
Perfection is not the goal, presence is. The Buddha smiled not because life was easy, but because he understood it.
These teachings are not for study alone. They are for living heavy, in traffic, in laughter, in sorrow.
When awareness enters ordinary life, every act, pouring tea, sweeping floors, becomes meditation.
Peace is not found in stillness alone, but in the rhythm of mindful living.
Master, if peace is already within, why do we seek it outside?
Because the mind is noisy. Silence reveals what has always been.
The Buddha said, "You yourself must strive. The Buddhas only point the way." Inner peace begins when you stop waiting for it. The world's noise will continue, but within you there is a quiet room untouched by storms. Enter it often.
Right mindfulness and right concentration train the mind to rest in that room. From there, compassion flows naturally.
To practice these 7 principles is to return home to yourself, to remember your own Buddha nature.
The moon does not strain to shine, it simply reflects the sun. In the same way, peace appears when effort and resistance fall away.
The Buddha's path is not escape from the world, Hanjin. It is awakening within it.
Walk gently, breathe deeply, and remember, peace was never lost. It was only forgotten.
Peace is not the absence of problems, my son. It is the space within which problems no longer disturb your heart.
Like the river, you must learn to move around obstacles, not fight them. This is how Tao and Dharma meet in silence.
Master, I often lose peace when the world feels too loud. How do I protect stillness?
You do not protect stillness, my child. You return to it.
Stillness is not escape. It is engagement with awareness. When you are fully present,
Tea, like life, must be sipped slowly. Rushing burns the tongue. Rushing through life burns the soul.
This too is mindfulness, to be with the act, not lost in the outcome.
so even drinking tea can be meditation?
When done with awareness, anything becomes sacred.
Patience is the quiet strength of mindfulness. It does not rush or resist. It moves.
See that snowflake? It appeared, melted, and vanished, just like anger.
Mindfulness sees its coming and lets it pass.
When you stop clinging to moments, peace reveals itself, like reflection in still water.
The seventh principle, right concentration, is the flowering of all others. It is the still center where wisdom blooms.
Right concentration is the art of resting the mind upon one thing, breath, compassion, or truth, until all else dissolves.
When attention is pure, perception is clear. The world appears not as we fear it, but as it truly is in yin, whole. Concentration unites the mind, and from that unity, compassion arises yin, not as an act, but as nature itself.
Master, does right concentration mean we must withdraw from the world? No. It means seeing the world clearly comme yin, without becoming lost in it. Even in the marketplace, a mindful man walks as if on sacred ground. The Buddha said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Concentration trains the mind to become what is pure.
The untrained mind reacts. The trained mind responds. That is the difference between suffering and peace.
Master, sometimes I try to meditate, but only meet restlessness.
Restlessness is the first teacher. Sit with it. Do not fight it. Bow to it as part of your training. When you stop resisting your thoughts, the waterfall becomes music instead of noise. Right concentration opens the door to wisdom, and wisdom leads back to compassion. The circle complete.
The lotus grows in mud, yet blooms unsoiled. So too does the awakened heart.
Master, can one live awakened and still feel pain?
Yes, the awakened still feel pain, but no longer suffer because of it.
Awareness is the mountain. Pain is the passing storm. Let the clouds come. You are the sky, not the thunder.
Even rain can be meditation. Each drop reminds us, nothing stays forever. Peace is not the end of movement. It is a movement seen without resistance.
The world renews itself without command. The heart does the same when you stop interfering.
After every storm, clarity. After every sorrow, peace, palgen, if you do not close the door to it.
Walk slowly. Let each step remind you, saying, you are already home.
All seven principles are not commands, but companions. They walk with you when your heart walks gently.
The path of awakening is simple. Complication is the mind's illusion.
The Buddha taught, do not seek the path, become it. When you live these truths, the path unfolds beneath your feet.
Master, you speak of peace like one who has lived it. How do I begin? Begin where you stand. Awareness is already here, waiting to be noticed.
Every breath is a doorway. Enter it, and you will find your true home. In the silence between two thoughts lies eternity. The wise live there.
Do not chase the light. Become transparent enough for it to pass through you. The Buddha's wisdom. The Buddha is not ancient, it is eternal. It breathed.
And in that stillness, you will meet yourself,
The self that never needed to be fixed, only remembered.
The teaching is simple. Live with awareness, act with compassion, rest in peace. That is the whole path.
The 7 principles are not steps to climb, but notes in one song. When lived together, they form the melody of peace. When the mind becomes still, even for a moment, wisdom enters like light through an open door.
Stillness is not created.
it is revealed when thought rests.
Each principle we study returns here home, to silence, to presence, to the clear heart that sees without fear.
The snow falls without asking who deserves its touch. So too must compassion.
Master, how can compassion survive in a world of cruelty?
By not depending on the world to exist.
Compassion is the fragrance of the awakened heart. It cannot be destroyed.
Kindness is not a strategy. It is our nature remembered. Each act of love purifies the mind more than 1,000 meditations. Light shared is never lost. The more you give, the brighter you become.
Master, can the Buddha's path end sorrow completely?
It ends the illusion that sorrow defines you. Pain remains. Bondage disappears.
Even the darkest sky is only the absence of light, not its death.
The enlightened one does not escape the world. He embraces it with open eyes.
To awaken is to see yourself in all beings, their laughter and their tears.
Master, does enlightenment have an end?
Enlightenment is not an achievement. It is the end of seeking.
The lamp is not the flame. The flame is not the light. So too, you are more than body and thought.
When illusion drops, what remains is compassion, Khan, the Buddha within you.
The lotus closes at night, not from fear, but to rest. So must the mind rest in stillness to bloom again.
Every bow is surrender, best drawing, not to weakness, but to truth. Flow, not force. This is the middle way, he, neither indulgence nor denial. Master, how do I carry these teachings into my daily life?
By walking, eating, speaking, and loving, as though each moment is sacred, because it is.
Sacredness is not in temples, it is in awareness.
When you awaken, the same world appears new, because you are new.
To see clearly is to love deeply. That is the essence of Buddhism. You will forget, and you will remember again. Both are part of the way. Even the Buddha once wandered. Do not be ashamed of your wandering. When you feel lost, look within. The North Star has always been there.
Meditation is the mirror where the universe meets itself. Sound becomes silence, silence becomes sound. Nothing is ever apart.
Impermanence does not steal peace. It creates it. All teachings lead to one truth: let go. To let go is not loss. It is transformation. Freedom is the courage to let each moment die and be reborn. Attachment is the root of sorrow. Gratitude is the root of peace.
Master, sometimes I fear losing myself if I let go. Only the false self fears death. The true self cannot die.
When you no longer cling, you become boundless, like moonlight itself. This is nirvana.
In acceptance, beauty unfolds. When you smile from awareness, the whole universe smiles with you.
Wisdom needs no noise. It moves quietly through understanding.
And when you listen deeply, you will hear life praying within you. Morning always follows night, even in the soul.
Freedom is not given, it is remembered. Rise gently from meditation, carrying stillness into motion.
Let the light of understanding spill into the world. Sharing what you know completes the circle of learning.
Joy shared is joy multiplied, Hadi. This too is Dharma.
Every step you take in awareness blesses the earth. May every breath remind you
that peace was never far. Menahin, it was waiting inside.
When the inner sun rises, all shadows bow. Let this chant carry peace beyond these walls. The wind has no home, yet touches everything. Be like the wind.
Master, what if I forget these lessons again?
Then return. The path waits patiently. Every fall is a lesson in humility. Every return, a victory of spirit.
Go now, my son. Carry peace not as words, but as presence. The journey outward is only a mirror of the journey within. He carries no scripture, no relic own, only awareness, the true treasure.
The 7 principles are not rules to follow, but ways to remember who we are. May you live each breath as a prayer of awareness, each step as our act of peace.
In every breath, there is a chance to return home to stillness.
If these teachings touched your heart, continue your journey of awakening.
Watch the full Buddhist wisdom series, where timeless insight meets modern life. The link is in the description.
If this video touched your heart, subscribe. It's inspired by the timeless wisdom in the 7-book Rumi collection by Dr. Farid Mostaman. Whether you seek healing, love, clarity, or growth, these teachings will guide you inward to the truth of who you are.